是一款非常好的培训软件，它非常灵活并且容易操作，每个人都可以轻松使用。通过培训，我们更加了解了我们自身的义务和责任和遇到紧急问题的处理方法。我们要和我们的供方建立长期稳定的业务关系，这需要这条供应链上每个人的努力。加西贝拉要实现这个目标，不仅靠自身的工具奋战，还需要我们的合作伙伴的大力支持。需要真正走好这条可持续发展的道路，我们必须携手奋进。
Hi, my name is Edventures and I'm CEO here at Quizrr that I'm going to talk to you about today. I want to start us off in a well-known statement. Knowledge is the great equalizer. Knowledge is a core component in creating any kind of behavioral change in us as human beings. And this is our path to impact here at Quizrr. We work to infuse knowledge in workforces globally across the world. And while doing that, we enable multinational companies to address the people dimension of sustainability. So let's frame this challenge a bit. There's close to 500 million people involved in global supply chains these days. Approximately 20 million still trapped in forced labor, or modern slavery as it's often referred to. And across the board, there's a huge deficit of knowledge of one's rights and the regulations in place to protect those rights. So here's where worker technology tools like Quizrr enters the stage. We aim to transform the social governance landscape, turning traditional top-down mechanisms into bottom-up structures and functionality, allowing to scale human rights due diligence efforts and introducing real-time data to better decision-making at all levels. So this is how it works. It deploys using QR codes, available for individual use on smartphones or on tablets for group training, for instance. As you can see in this clip, it's a training taking place with United Nations, IOM, and their arrival centers. So migrant workers crossing the border in Thailand are receiving trainings on ethical recruitment practices to empower them and set them up to avoid exploitation as they cross into a new country. The data aspect of our platform is equally important. Here's where all interactions with the platform is harnessed and presented back to brands, deep impact organizations and suppliers transparently to identify gaps, pain points in learning and knowledge and to address them more efficiently. And here's a visual example to demonstrate a bit how the same program can be deployed in various parts of the world. What you see here is our ethical employment program going through recruitment policies and practices demonstrated in Thailand, in Mexico, in India, and with Europe now coming up in Q4. We take relatable content seriously, as you can see. And aside of our ethical employment program, we have several hero programs, if you will, addressing a big spectra from social governance and social compliance into more upskilling related contents like migrant parenting, digital wages, etc. to help facilities scale knowledge efficiently throughout their entire workforce. In our space, inclusivity is a really important factor, and that means building a platform that can cater to a variety of different audiences. Whether you can't read or write, or you have high-tech literacy, whether you prefer group trainings on iPads or individual learnings on your smartphone, our platform needs to cater to all these different circumstances. Especially offline and online training is a popular feature of our platform, since the Wi-Fi infrastructure can be sometimes questionable in the parts of supply chains where we operate. Pre-competitive collaborations and networking is really at the heart of our business rationale. Aside of working together with deep impact organizations on the ground, we do tend to work with the leaders in respective industry that all have the intent to influence social governance throughout their entire value chain. As a matter of fact, we've started in the manufacturing field, far upstreams, complex supply chains, part of supply chains. And what we're doing now is basically moving downstreams into other parts of the value chain, like logistics, like retail, like hospitality. Human rights is industry agnostic, honestly. So aside of applicable industry segments, it's equally important to look at deployment methodology to reach people where they are. So we have developed a unique training protocol that addresses one of the most systemic challenges actually in human rights violations, and that is a pre-departure, post-arrival training addressing migrant workers, first at the entry point with labor agents as receiving a recruitment training and employment practices training, then at the receiving country and upon entering the supply chain, the workforce. Capturing data like this will allow for brands and organizations to visualize trends, patterns, and really surgically address where there are knowledge gaps in these migrant corridors. So let's talk business models. We borrow a lot of the traditional SaaS elements, as many of our fellow learning platforms. First, there's the platform license, which brands and deep impact organizations take up to engage with our platform, and that enables them to basically roll out any training program in any given market available. Then there's the training license. And the training license, which is also a flat rate, that allows each facility that you want to engage with or toggle on to the platform, provides them with a deployment protocol, digital training plans, and everything they need to get started and complete their first training cycles. And what's important to note here is that to reach program autonomy, you have to structure a business model that enables the facilities to basically adopt the training license once the first cycle is to an end. And that's a key component to enable, that conversion is really important to enable a sustained learning journey. So far we've delivered more than 1.5 million trainings on our platform and reached more than 350,000 workers around the globe. Behind this effort is a vastly distributed team. We're 14 different nationalities, we span from the global north to south, and we're a team of talented individuals in program, engineering, design, to ensure we cater to this mission. To sum it up, we combine education and technology to transform the landscape of social compliance from the bottom up. Together, we can accelerate this movement towards truly scalable platforms using instant data sets to better decision making, to create behavioral change, and to ultimately drive better business.
My name is Sarah and I work for Flex. Flex is a US enterprise and we are also a Fortune 500 company, and I work for Flex Zhuhai. That's in South China. It's our biggest industrial park. We wanted to work with the Quizrr because we wanted to have a new innovative tool to train our workers, which is fun and easy for them to understand. The biggest benefit is that our workers actually had lots of fun doing the training. I myself have watched all the videos and I think they're amazing. They are very funny, it's like a soap opera. People get to know the characters, and the way the knowledge is shared, it's very easy to understand. Everybody can see him or herself in the video. So it shows day-to-day life in factories, and it's very good, it's very fun.
গত এক বছরে আমরা কুইজার ট্রেনিং এর মাধ্যমে আমাদের ফ্যাক্টরির সবাইকে এই ট্রেনিংটা দিয়েছি, এবং এটা দেওয়ার পর আমরা যেই বেনিফিট বা ইয়াগুলো ভালো দিকগুলো আমরা লক্ষ্য করলাম যে এই কুইজার ট্রেনিংটা করার পর এই ট্যাবলেট ব্যবহার করে ডিজিটাল পদ্ধতিতে যা শিখেছে ওরা ভালো মনে রাখতে পারছে এবং এরা সহজে ভুলে না। তার ফলে ওদের নিজেদের দায়িত্ব এবং কর্তব্য এবং ওদের যে অধিকার সম্পর্কে অনেক কিছু তারা স্পষ্ট জানতে পেরেছে। তার কারণে তাদের কোনো সমস্যা হলে তারা তাদের ওয়েলফেয়ার আপার কাছে।
我感觉这个培训很好，比之前我们那种老规模博士的培训，这个要先进很多，时间很弹性。我们前面有平板培训，有那个活动培训，因为平板的时间很弹性，很合适我们这些不定时的。还有我们这个活动，因为我们有亲身参与了，我们的记忆会很深很多，对我们帮助很大。
做了培训之后，从中学了很多东西，包括对于上级的沟通， 还有跟有问题跟员工代表的反映，上级都会积极的处理。对于我来说的话，归属感包括积极性都提升了很多。